Which is the best micro SD card for you? Catch you inside.
RevelatorAlf.
Hello, welcome to RevelatorAlf. So today I'm talking about micro SD cards for your action camera, your GoPro or your Drift or whatever it is you're filming with. Now, which are the best for you to use? So first of all, it really depends which cards are going to be compatible with your particular camera. So you need to look into the specs of the camera, into the instructions, and it'll give you a list of all the micro SD cards that are compatible, what sizes are compatible. Because I've made this mistake in the past. I bought a 120 gig micro SD card for the Drift, for example. And the one that I'm filming on right now, this Drift, it's only got a 32 gig capacity card reader. So, you know, you've got to be careful, get the right size card for your camera. The second thing is, it really depends at what resolution that you're going to be filming at. You're going to be filming at 720, 1080, 2.7K, 4K, so on and so forth. The higher the resolution, the better the quality card must be. So for example, if you want to shoot at 4K now, you're really going to have to go for really fast cards that are, you know, what they rate them at class 10 to their writing, the write speed, what it records on the card at about 100 or 150 megabytes per second. So you need, you know, a really high write rate, I should say. So you're looking at Scandisk, at Samsung Evos, that kind of thing. Now, there might be a tendency, or might be a temptation to go onto eBay, like I've done, and get some really cheap cards from China and so on and so forth, wherever. Now, whilst there might be good value, and whilst some of them may work at the 1080, 720 range, then my experience so far, they're just not working. Lots of people are saying they got problems with their GoPros, for example, you know, even the GoPro 7s, whatever. But it always comes down to, it's never usually the camera. Okay, what it's usually down to is the card. The card is given an error message, and it's either a faulty card, which I've just got. I got a 64 gig from China just now, cost me £4.50 or something like that. And it's basically, it's a piece of crap. Okay, it doesn't write, it's just a complete card error, and it doesn't record any rating on here, 720, 1080, 4K, 2.7, it's just rubbish. Okay, whereas, you know, I've got a very small card here, and this is actually from Scandisk, and this is a 4 gig, this is a really old card actually, but this records everything. This records everything. So, you know, you've got to look at what card you're buying, what the write speed is on it. You get really high write speed, and then you get what you pay for, really. You know, the temptation will be to buy a cheap card, but you really need to look at going, you know, and I hate to say it, go for one of the brands and go for one that actually, you know, says it's got a really high write speed on it, and get this right size card, right capacity card for your camera, whatever it is. And so let's say a 64 gig, which I've just bought, a Scandisk right now. Just got it for the GoPro Hero4 here, which I use quite a lot. That is coming out at 20, yeah, just under £20. Just got that off Amazon. So £20. It's, and I'll put the link below if you're interested for that one as well. But I'm not saying the Scandisk is the best card. What I'm saying is it's going to be the right speed for this camera. So if you've got a GoPro Hero 7, actually if you go onto the GoPro site, there's a list of cards which it recommends for each particular camera, and the GoPro 7 is no different. If you go to the Drift website as well, they do a similar kind of thing sometimes. So just do a bit of research and just get the right card, because in the end of the day, you'll be wasting money on cards that just, you know, you just end up throwing away because they're not usable. If you're getting a card that is a little bit too slow, but it still works, let's say at 1080 or 720, if you try and record 2.7 or 4K onto a slower card, what happens is you start to get stop frames. Okay, you don't get fluid recording, you just kind of get this motion, and that's because it's not able to record quick enough. So you may not get a card error, but you're just getting this kind of juddering recording mode. Anyway, hope this helps, and say best thing to do, get the right card and the right speed for your camera and the resolution in which you want to record at. Right, catch you on the next video, whenever that is. Cheers now.